So I've spoken about the kind of volume that I've always been after in my boards, which is about 36 to 37 litres. I have looked at a number of boards over the years, and I came down to 3 boards that I ride regularly now. One is my Black Vulture 2 by Chile, which is 6.2 and 36, it's epoxy. One is my Paizel Shadow XL, which is 36.7. And one is my Paizel Ghost 6.4, which is 37.1. But what I wanted to do was to find a shorter board, something I could use during summer, something that had a little bit less length in it, but had the volume, the sweet spot that I was after. I spent a lot of time looking at various boards, trying to figure out dimensions that would work, but I couldn't actually get the sweet spot. I had a Machado board, Seaside, which was 5.10 and 37.1, but the problem was it was too short, jumping from a 6.2, which is what my Paizel Shadow and my Chile are, jumping from 6.2 down to 5.10, it was just too much of a radical shift. The other thing I found about the Seaside is it was great for cruising, but you couldn't go vertical with it. Well, you could, but you really had to push it hard, and it wasn't really designed for it. So I needed something that was shorter than my 6.2s. So I figured 6 foot, and the reason I got to 6 foot is because I'd also ridden a Firewire mashup when I was in Anglet in France. And I really liked that board. It was doing what I wanted it to do. It was the right length, it had the right volume, but I wasn't sold on it completely. So I looked around, watched reviews, and anyway, I've settled on this board. So let's just open up and see what I've ended up with. It's an order board. I got it made locally in New Zealand, and here it is. I think you're starting to see what the board is now. So what I went for was a Lost board, and the model that I went for the round-nosed fish RNF 96, the local maker's construction. So here it is, the Lost RNF 96. I decided to go for the local maker's specialist construction. It's called Corefleets, and it's EPS epoxy, and what they've done, doesn't have a stringer in it. It's got 2 carbon rods buried in the foam. It's a proprietary construction to Dalton Surfboards, Tommy Dalton, who made the board. It's a construction that he's created, that he's tested with Maz Quinn and Ricardo Christie, and it's apparently got a lot of ping, a lot of flex off the bottom of the board. I've gone with Futures because I'm a big Futures fan. The dimensions are 6 feet by 21 by 2.6, and that has supposedly given me 37 litres, which is my sweet spot, 36 to 37. So I like the look of it. It feels good. And I'm hoping it's going to ride good, because I'm taking it surfing tomorrow up north, and we shall find out. So that's where I got to. Lost RNF 96, 37 litres, 6 foot by 21 by 2.6. I'm hoping that this board is going to do me right through the summer, from 1 to 2 foot grovelly waves up to 4 to 5 feet overhead. It's meant to perform really, really well. Noel Salas reviewed it well, and Mason Ho certainly destroys a lot of waves on it. I certainly won't be doing what Mason Ho does, but I'm hoping that it suits me down to the ground. So that's it. I'll let you know how I go.